Welcome to Flair English. Let's master real-world English together.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Flair English. I am your host, Lucy. If you are sitting on the bus right now, or maybe drinking your morning coffee, or even walking alone in the park, I want you to take a deep breath. You are in a safe place. Today, we are going to talk about something that makes many of you feel very scared. We are talking about the IELTS speaking test. Specifically, we are asking, how do I get a band 9? But wait, before we start this emotional journey, if you are new here, please become a part of our Flair English family. Take just 1 second right now to click that subscribe button, and please press the little bell icon next to it. That way, every time we make a new video to help you with your English, you will know immediately. We want to be with you on this journey, so please subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you so much. Now, I am not alone today. I have my wonderful friend and co-host with me. Hello, Diego. How are you feeling today?
Hello, Lucy, and hello to everyone listening to Flair English. I am feeling very good today, but also a little emotional. Whenever we talk about the IELTS exam, I remember the faces of so many students. I see their worry. I see their tired eyes. So many people think that getting a band 9 is impossible. They think they have to be a robot or a native speaker from London. But today, Lucy, we are going to tell them the real truth, right?
Yes, Diego, we are going to tell them the truth. The truth is, a band 9 is not about being perfect. It's about being human. It's about communication. So, my dear listeners, please relax. Do not take notes right now. Just listen to our voices. Let's talk about the heart and soul of English. Diego, let's start with the feelings. When a student walks into that small room for the speaking test, what happens in their mind?
Fear, Lucy. Pure fear. Their hands are cold. Their heart is beating so fast. Thump, thump, thump. They sit down. They look at the examiner, and suddenly their mind goes blank. They forget simple words. They forget how to say apple or beautiful.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. I remember a student named Maria. Maria was a wonderful English speaker. When she talked to me in the cafe, she was funny, she was smart, and she was so natural. But in the exam room, she started shaking. She got a band 6. She cried for 2 days. She asked me, "Lucy, why am I so bad at English?" And it broke my heart, Diego, because she was not bad at English. She was just scared.
Exactly, and this is the first lesson for anyone who wants a band 9. You cannot get a band 9 if you're holding your breath. You cannot get a high score if you are terrified of making a mistake. The IELTS speaking test is not a police interview. The examiner is not trying to catch your mistakes. The examiner just wants to have a nice chat with you.
That is such a beautiful way to say it, Diego. The examiner just wants a chat. So, if you are listening to this and you have an exam coming soon, please hear my voice. You are enough. Your English is a tool to share your beautiful mind with the world. Don't hide behind fear.
Now, let's explain what band 9 actually means. Many students think band 9 means using words that nobody uses anymore. They think they need to sound like a dictionary from the year 1800.
Yes, I had a student who memorized the word indubitably instead of saying definitely. Every time I asked him a question, he said, "Indubitably, Lucy." It sounded so strange.
Right. If you use words you don't really understand, you sound like a robot. A band 9 speaker sounds like a real person. A band 9 means you can talk about anything smoothly. It means if you forget a word, you don't panic. You just explain it in a different way.
Let's break this down slowly. The examiner looks at 4 things, only 4 things. Number 1 is fluency and coherence. This means, does your speaking flow like a river or does it stop like a broken car? Number 2 is lexical resource. This is just a fancy way to say vocabulary. Number 3 is grammatical range and accuracy. This means using different types of sentences. And number 4 is pronunciation. This is how clear you sound. Let's talk about the first one, Diego.
Fluency. Fluency is the most important part of feeling confident. But Lucy, many people think fluency means speaking very, very fast. Is that true?
No, 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 no. Please, my dear listeners, do not speak fast. When you speak fast, you don't have time to think. When you don't have time to think, you panic. And when you panic, you say, and Fluency is about speaking smoothly, at a comfortable speed, just like how Diego and I are speaking right now.
Yes, listen to our speed. We pause, we breathe. Pausing is normal. Even native speakers pause, but there is a difference between a good pause and a bad pause.
Can you give an example, Diego?
Of course, let's imagine the examiner asks, "What do you like about your hometown?" A bad pause sounds like this. I like my hometown because it has many parks. That's bad because the pause is in the middle of the idea. A good pause, a band 9 pause, sounds like this. Well, that's an interesting question. I think the best thing about my hometown is the nature. We have so many beautiful parks. Do you hear the difference? The pause happens between the ideas.
That is so clear, Diego. It sounds so natural. Another secret to a band 9 in fluency is connecting your ideas. We call these linking words, but please don't use boring ones like firstly, secondly, thirdly all the time.
Exactly. Instead of firstly, you can say, well, the main reason is. Instead of also, you can say, on top of that. Instead of in conclusion, which sounds like writing, you can say, so yeah, that's why I think.
Let's do a quick role play for our listeners. I will be the examiner. Diego, you be the student trying to get a band 9. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Diego, do you prefer reading books or watching movies?
To be honest, it really depends on my mood. Most of the time, I lean towards watching movies because it's a great way to relax after a long day at work. But having said that, if I'm on a long holiday, there's nothing better than getting lost in a good book.
Beautiful. Listeners, did you hear that? Diego used natural phrases. To be honest, it really depends. Having said that, these phrases give you time to think. They are magic for your fluency score.
Let's move to the second part, Lucy, vocabulary. This is where students get so stressed. They buy big books of IELTS words and try to memorize 100 words a day.
I know, and they forget them by the next morning. It is a very painful way to study. You do not need a dictionary in your head for a band 9. What you need is to be specific.
What do you mean by specific, Lucy?
Let me give you an example. A band 6 student will say, I like my house because it is very nice and the food is good. The words nice and good are too simple. They do not show your feeling. A band 9 student will say, I love my house because it is incredibly cozy and my mother's cooking is absolutely delicious. Cozy instead of nice, delicious instead of good. They are still B1 or B2 level words. They are not crazy, difficult words, but they are the perfect words for that sentence.
That is a great tip. The examiner loves when you use words that fit perfectly. We call this collocation, words that naturally go together. For example, we don't say do a mistake, we say make a mistake. We don't say heavy rain. Wait, yes, we do say heavy rain. We don't say strong rain.
Yes, heavy rain is a perfect collocation. If you say strong rain, the examiner knows you are translating from your first language.
Another thing about Band 9 vocabulary is idioms. But Lucy, I see so many students using idioms incorrectly.
Oh, me too. They try to force idioms into the conversation. For example, the examiner asks, do you like apples? And the student says, yes, apples are raining cats and dogs. It makes no sense.
Right. Raining cats and dogs means it's raining heavily. It has nothing to do with apples.
If you want a band 9, only use an idiom if it feels 100% natural to you. If you are not sure, do not use it. Simple and clear is always better than complicated and wrong. A very natural idiom is once in a blue moon. It just means very rarely. Example, the examiner. Do you eat junk food? The student. Not really. I try to eat healthy. I only eat pizza once in a blue moon. That's beautiful. That's band 9.
We are halfway there, Flair English family. If you are still listening, I am so proud of you. Take another deep breath.
You are doing great. Now, let's talk about grammar.
Grammar. The word itself makes people sweat. But Lucy, does a Band 9 student make grammar mistakes?
Yes, this is a big secret. Even native speakers make small grammar mistakes when they talk. When we speak naturally, we change our minds in the middle of a sentence. A Band 9 speaker might make a tiny mistake, but they quickly correct themselves, or the mistake does not stop the communication.
That is so true. However, to get a Band 9, you must show the examiner that you can use different times or tenses. You cannot only use the present simple. I go, I eat, I sleep.
Exactly. You have to travel through time. You have to talk about the past, the present, and the future. Let's show them, Diego. Imagine the question is, do you play any sports? A Band 6 answer, yes, I play football. I like football. It is fun. Only present tense. A Band 9 answer, well, I don't have much time right now, but when I was a child, I used to play football every day. In the future, I hope to join a local club if I can find the time.
Wow, let's look at what you just did. When I was a child, past tense. I used to play, past habit. I hope to join, future. If I can find the time, first conditional. You used 4 different grammar structures in one natural answer.
And it didn't sound like a grammar textbook, did it? It just sounded like a memory. That is the secret. Don't think about present perfect continuous. Just think about your life. Think about your memories, your current life, and your dreams. The grammar will follow your feelings.
Now let's talk about the final part, pronunciation. Lucy, many of our listeners are from India, Brazil, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Italy. They have beautiful native accents. But they worry. They ask me, Diego, do I need a British accent to get a Band 9?
No, never. Please listen to me carefully right now. Your accent is your identity. It is your history. It tells the story of your family and your country. The IELTS examiner does not want you to sound like the King of England. They just want to understand you clearly.
Accent and pronunciation are 2 different things. Accent is the flavor of your voice. Pronunciation is saying the word correctly so people understand it. For example, the word comfortable. Many students say comfortable, but the correct pronunciation is comfortable. It doesn't matter if you say it with a Brazilian accent or an Indian accent, as long as the stress is on the first part, comf.
Exactly. Word stress is so important. Another big part of a Band 9 in pronunciation is intonation. Intonation is the music of your voice. When you are sad, your voice should go down. When you're excited, your voice should go up.
Let's give an example of bad intonation. Imagine speaking like a robot with a flat voice. I was very happy when I passed my exam. It was the best day of my life. Even if the grammar is perfect, that's a Band 6 pronunciation because there is no emotion.
Now, let's hear the Band 9 version with emotion. I was so happy when I passed my exam. I mean, it was honestly the best day of my life. You put stress on the feelings. You show your heart. English is a language of emotion. If you feel what you're saying, the examiner will feel it too.
So now our listeners know the 4 rules: flowing smoothly, using exact words, traveling through time with grammar, and speaking with emotion. Let's quickly talk about the 3 parts of the test because you need to survive all 3 for a Band 9.
Yes, a Band 9 speaker might say, wow, that is a really tough question. I have never really thought about it before. But if I have to guess, I suppose we might see flying cars or maybe high-speed trains everywhere. Who knows?
Perfect. You bought time to think. You used natural fillers like, wow, I suppose, and you answered the question honestly. In part 3, always give your opinion. Explain why you think that, and maybe give an example. Opinion, reason, example. That is the formula.
We have talked a lot about the exam itself, but Diego, nobody gets a Band 9 just by listening to a podcast. They have to do the work. What are the daily habits of a Band 9 student?
The number 1 habit is shadowing. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker or a B2 or C1 speaker and you repeat exactly what they say. You copy their rhythm, their emotion, and their pauses.
You can do this with Flair English videos. Play a sentence, pause the video, and say it out loud. Feel the muscles in your mouth move. It feels strange at first, but it trains your brain and your tongue to work together.
Habit number 2 is recording yourself. This is painful. Nobody likes hearing their own voice on a recording, but it is the fastest way to improve. Take your phone, pick an IELTS Part 2 topic, and record yourself speaking for 2 minutes.
And then listen to it. Be kind to yourself, but be honest. Do you say, too much? Are you speaking too fast? Are you using the past tense correctly? Write down your mistakes and do it again.
Habit number 3 is talking to yourself. When you are cleaning your room, washing the dishes, or taking a shower, talk to yourself in English. Describe what you are doing. Now I am washing the red cup. I really need to buy new soap tomorrow.
I do that all the time. It helps you start thinking in English. If you translate from your native language to English in your head, you will always be slow. You must learn to think directly in English.
And finally, habit number 4, rest. Read a book for fun. Watch a movie without subtitles. Enjoy the language. If you treat English like a prison, you will want to escape. If you treat it like a friend, it will stay with you forever.
We asked our Flair English family on YouTube to send us some of their biggest fears about the speaking test. Let's answer a few of them.
Great idea. Here's a question from Rahul in Mumbai. Rahul asks, Lucy and Diego, what happens if I do not understand the examiner's question? Will I lose marks if I ask them to repeat?
Thank you, Rahul. This is a beautiful question. The answer is absolutely no. You will not lose marks if you ask politely. In real life, we ask people to repeat things all the time. If you didn't hear them, say, I'm sorry, could you repeat the question, please? If you don't understand a word, say, I'm sorry, what does that word mean? However, do not ask them to repeat every single question. That shows a lack of understanding. But asking once or twice is perfectly fine and very natural.
Exactly. Here's another question from Sarah in Cairo. Sarah asks, I am very shy. I don't make eye contact when I'm nervous. Does body language affect my IELTS score?
Oh, Sarah, I feel your pain. I'm a shy person too. Officially, body language is not graded. The examiner only grades what they hear on the audio recording.
But body language affects your voice. If you look down at your shoes and cross your arms, your voice becomes small and quiet. Your chest is closed. You cannot breathe well.
Yes. So even if you're terrified, sit up straight, roll your shoulders back, put your hands on the table, and try to look at the examiner's nose or forehead if looking in their eyes is too scary. When you sit like a confident person, your voice sounds confident. Try to smile. A smile completely changes the sound of your words.
Let's do one more question. This is from Min in Seoul. Min asks, Diego, I have my tests in exactly 3 days. I'm panicking. What should I study right now to get a band 9? Diego? Min, listen to my voice. 3 days before the test, you must stop studying new vocabulary. Stop doing grammar exercises. The cake is baked. You cannot change your English level in 72 hours.
That is so true. Min, your job now is to manage your mind. For the next 3 days, just talk. Talk to your friends in English. Talk to your mirror. Watch a funny English movie to relax your ears. The night before the exam, go to sleep early. Do not stay up until 3 a.m. reading IELTS books. A tired brain cannot speak English.
On the morning of the exam, eat a good breakfast, drink water, and right before you walk into the room, remember why you are doing this. You are doing this for your future. You are doing this to study abroad, or to get a better job, or to support your family. Let that love and hope be louder than your fear.
We have talked for a long time today. If you are still with us, Diego and I are sending you so much love. I want to tell you a final story. It's about a student who finally got her band 9. When I asked her how she did it, she said something I will never forget. She said, "Lucy, I stopped trying to impress the examiner and I started trying to connect with them. I realized the examiner is just a person who's tired, sitting in a chair all day listening to nervous people. I decided my job was to make their day a little bit brighter. I went in, I smiled, and I just had a conversation with a human being."
That gives me goosebumps, Lucy. That is the ultimate secret. Do not try to be perfect. Try to connect.
You have a beautiful voice. You have beautiful thoughts. Do not let a piece of paper or a score define who you are. You are already amazing just for trying. Learning a second language is one of the hardest things a human can do. Be proud of yourself. Every time you open your mouth to speak English, you are a champion.
We believe in you. The entire Flair English community believes in you.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. If you felt something in your heart today, if this podcast helped you feel a little less scared, please remember to support our channel. Click that subscribe button, press the bell icon so we can keep studying together. Share this video with a friend who's taking the IELTS exam. Tell them they are not alone.
Keep practicing. Keep speaking. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are proof that you are trying.
Until next time, this is Lucy.
And this is Diego.
From Flair English. Stay brave, stay beautiful, and keep your English shining bright. Goodbye, everyone. Take care.